One of those days.
It's here.
It's here.
We
What's
did
here?
it. We did it.
What's here?
All right, everybody.
It is, folks.
Woo!
It's a big day at Sightbox.
Yeah.
September 6th. Officially the day we're recording this.
We're calling it Sightbox Day.
Calling it Sightbox 3 Day.
There you go.
Check out our website, sightbox.co. We'll put the link here somewhere. Yeah, so we just launched a new brand.
Yeah.
So the news today is all about us.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it.
We sure did. I know I've been kind of wearing hats here and there.
You've been hinting.
I've been hinting at it for a while.
Yeah.
But
Beta testing.
Beta testing the logo. But yeah, man, we did it. It's
Yeah.
more than a logo. It's really a whole initiative. It's a whole focus.
Yep.
I wouldn't call it a pivot. I think we've been pivoting towards this.
Right. It's if anything, it's just a
Slowly.
doubling down.
Doubling down is a good way to put it.
Yeah. So really kind of committing to our niche, and even going a step further and saying, we're not only helping startups, we're also launching them. So we have our own startup studio now, and we're going to be launching probably one at least this year, probably another one maybe at the end of the year.
We have one in beta
Yep.
and another one in sort of pre-beta.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so one of them's called Staccato. We can say it. It's on our
Staccato.
website now.
Yeah.
So if you stumble upon it,
Mm-hmm.
you can probably sign up. It will let you, but there's a few bugs here and there. But it's
It works.
beta.
Yeah.
It works. Totally works. So we're excited about that, and more importantly, we're excited about Web3.
Right. Right. So Web3 is our big push.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously have talked a lot about it here. So what we're doing is sort of making that commitment to making sure that Sightbox is not only ready for Web3, but that we're getting our clients ready for Web3, and that we're helping Web3 companies do what they need to do, come to market, kick some butt. So we're really kind of just tooling up,
Mm-hmm.
if anything. And we're going to be adding some capabilities for Web3, some
That's right.
crypto, blockchain, NFT goodness.
Mhm.
So we're basically going to be, kind of helping consult with our clients to bring that Web3 goodness in.
What's our new tagline?
So, and our new tagline is bring vision to venture. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of goodies on that website.
Yeah, there's a
man.
lot.
Might-
Honestly, let me say this. Like, so we've been working on this for, I don't know, months. Actually, probably a year. I think you said it was about a
the
year.
whole thing about a year.
A year ago we were like, okay, what are we gonna? We need to kind of start thinking about us a little bit, because we finally had a team solid enough that we could sort of say, okay, what would you do to Sightbox if you had the chance? And so we kind of opened the floor for that, and things got started. And then in between, client work and stuff like that, we'd sort of take a look at it. And then we had this really great window this summer to really focus on it. And team did a great job. And I think it was definitely one of those things where I'll say I think we had a lot of ideas to throw in. And that was sort of the thing. I think that was sort of the hardest part of it in some respects, is knowing what to lead with. Because I think, like I mentioned, we have obviously a new brand for Sightbox. We have our startup studio, which is pretty big news, and then the Web3 initiative, which is pretty big news. And there's actually probably some other stuff that we just said, we'll save that for next year.
Phase 2.
Yeah. So
it was ambitious.
It was definitely ambitious.
Once we decided to do it,
Yeah.
we said we want to do this, and this, and then we ended up doing. This is our MVP, right?
Yes. A draft is our sort of
This is our alpha.
our first release.
Yeah.
And we're going to be adding more to it. So
Sure.
I think I told the team, I said, we're going to probably take a rest of the year off a little bit. We're just going to do some fine tuning.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year we'll probably come in and do series of pushes
Right.
and updates.
Well, let's start with the logo. So we've traditionally used the box, right?
for years, dude, decade easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost 10 years
Easy, yeah.
easily, right?
Yeah.
So we had the box, and so changing that was going to be, I mean, we really struggled with
Dude.
that at the beginning.
I don't know if you can see back here. We have it in neon. we
do,
have it.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have it in neon. I still have the one that you made out of metal.
Oh, the metal one.
The
yeah.
metal one.
The old.
That's
That's
in
the
storage
OG one.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we were all about the box.
We were all about
and,
that box.
I mean, we had it on. We slapped that thing.
Dude,
on everything.
our TV has a box.
Our TV has a box. Our TV has a box.
Yeah.
Our floor is cubes. Like
Yeah.
we were just all about it, right? And so changing it, I remember looking at each other and saying, "Man, this is what it feels like." When we
Yeah.
tell our clients,
Yes.
that it's time to grow up,
Yes.
you know? And they're
Yes.
like, "Man, we just didn't see a need." Right? We said, we
Right.
just need a website. We need a new focus.
Right.
What is this logo stuff about?
Right.
And so we said it has to be better. It has to be beat.
Has to beat our box.
Right.
Yes.
And so we'll flash it up here, but if you see, once you see it, it's hard to unsee it. But we can show the progression. Our next vlog will show a little bit more about how we got to here.
Mm-hmm.
But excuse me, the icon itself does there's an S.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the S formed out. It's just missing the corners.
Yep.
And if you really look harder, it's like that double illusion, or what's that word for it?
Well, like a optical illusion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually a cube as
Mhm.
well. So it's got a double meaning to
Yep.
it, and it works so well.
Yeah.
It's based off of a grid, 3-dimensional grid. So it just reminds me of a lot of things we talked about, blockchain, and
Yeah.
we're still keeping the box. Like it's an S. It looks cool.
Looks good.
It it feels like the future. It feels fresh,
Yeah.
and it's still a box.
It's still a box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Well,
different
now I'll
perspective.
say this: we kind of went from a box to a cube.
we did.
That's really what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and that was really I think we sort of threw that to the design team. We said, look, we want to have some. It's still called Sightbox. We want to
Yep.
have at least that at the, as part of the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so and then sort of this push for Web3, we're sort of like, you know what? Let's take the box and throw it into sort of 3 dimensions,
Mhm.
and that sort of gave
But
us.
it's still 2D.
But it's still 2D, and that was really the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Was how do we make this look good in 2D?
Yeah.
And as you know, like if we hadn't really, in my mind, I'm like, oh well, it sort of seemed easy enough. A lot of logos use what they call figure ground, so the
Mhm.
background working in the front and sort of playing with your eye a little bit. And so that was sort of the ask. I was like, let's try to find that little moment where you're like, I got
Mhm.
what you're doing there. And we had a number of them that were really solid,
Mm-hmm.
but they were solid in the sense that they were sort of great optical illusions. The trouble was they didn't quite look great just as a mark, like without
Sure.
sort of having the whole, let me take a minute to
Right.
understand it. So anyway, we took
And some of those made it to our sub brands.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes. In fact, yeah, if you look at our sub brands, you'll see sort of pieces of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we have the agency
Mm-hmm.
sort of pillar. We'll call them pillars
Yep.
of Sightbox, and that one has a sub brand based off of that same 3-dimensional grid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a cube, but it's also 2D.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the startup studio,
Mm-hmm.
right? Pillar, which has one that was pretty close to potentially being the one,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a runner-up.
the runner up that we are using. So it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the sort of the venture pillar,
Mm-hmm.
which
Which was also
was
a runner-up.
also a runner up. I think between those two, we were almost there.
Yeah.
And so they didn't get tossed.
No, we used them.
We definitely used them. And so it's just fun to see it all come together, all
Yeah.
working within the same system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of architecture in the background that
Yeah.
you'll see hints of it too. Like there's, you know, in sort of in the background, you'll see that kind of colored grid.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the grid that the logo and
That's
the
right.
marks are
Yeah.
based on. So,
Yeah, if you want to nerd out,
yeah, there's a lot there.
the grid is the system, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, the site's full of, I mean, we're starting to publish more
Yeah.
blogs. So there's a little bit more stuff up there. We got a cool new video.
Yep.
In the Hero that you can check out. It's also on our Instagram and on our YouTube channel featured. Talks a little bit about what all this means.
Yeah.
And one of my coolest features of the site has got to be the startup directory.
Yes.
So we
Tell
got,
us about that.
yeah, so we've always struggled with building a portfolio,
Yes.
right? And so for us, it would have held us back. It would have held us way back to try and come up with a portfolio for some of the work we've done. Plus,
Mhm.
a lot of the work we do, some of it is not represented, can't be represented easily in a visual sort of output because
Yeah.
it's not all design that we're doing.
It's not all design.
right.
Yeah.
So we struggled with, how far do we take it? And so we decided to take the approach of just making a directory and listing the startups that we
Mhm.
work with, and then really focusing more on the stuff they're doing versus the stuff we did.
Yeah.
And then later we can go back and sort of, hint at what we did for startup A, startup B, or a VC, right?
Right.
And so what I like about it is that it just shows the diversity of the type of startups that we work with
Mhm.
and some of the partners that we have.
Yeah.
And it's robust. We've curated news for all our startups. So there's news. You can find out what's going on, what their funding status is, learn more about them. And so we only see this directory just growing as we grow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see us having over 100 startups on there
Easily. Yeah.
right?
That'd be the goal.
Right.
You
And
know?
so it's exciting.
And you can filter it. So
You
you can
can.
filter it by
Yeah.
kind of by type, by industry. So, yeah, we love it. I mean, because it's sort of, like you said, we struggled a bit with sort of figuring out how to do a portfolio. I mean, the truth is, we've always struggled with, and I'm sure other agencies struggle with the same thing. Is how do you, once you're done with the project, taking the time to sort of like, okay, let's put together that case study. That was always really hard because we typically will just jump onto the next one.
Yep.
And so we were kind of lousy at that. but the truth is that, we would always have stuff to show, but I think what this allows is more of an understanding of the kind of clients we work with, and really going deeper into their space a little bit, in the sense of like, at this point, it's almost like the clients are almost like on a feed, it's sort of different than your typical
100%.
agency portfolio. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it. It's a little bit different. It definitely fits our style.
Our style and our personalities too.
Yep.
There's a lot of pop culture
Yes.
references in there. Some Silicon Valley references
Yes.
as well.
We hope everyone gets some of the jokes in
Yeah.
there. We were trying to be funny. If it doesn't land, that's
Yeah.
that's on us.
But it's super exciting. So today's been kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're super pumped.
Super pumped.
Super pumped.
So yeah, go and check out our site.
Check it out. Yeah. Follow us on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
because we're going to start publishing a lot of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Smash that
The
like button.
Like button. Before we go, happy birthday.
Hey.
It's the big the 4-4.
The 4-4, the 44.
I'm right behind you, man.
I know.
Right behind you.
So it's okay.
This is a
it's
nice-
okay. You'll like it. It's just fine.
I feel fine.
Weather's just fine. Just
I feel fine. So this is a nice birthday present.
Absolutely. I love it. Yes.
Um,
The best gift ever.
yeah, it's the gift that's gonna keep on giving. Go check us out, folks.
Thanks everyone.
Web3.
Yeah. Thanks
What was
everyone.
it?
Thanks team. Oh yeah. Web 3.
Web3.
Web 3. Can't even do gang signs
Idiots.
right.